What is going on, guys? Welcome back to episode 14 of Crease Crankers. We got ourselves a nice little studio set up in here. We're
New
working
digs.
on
The
it.
lab has been redone.
How are we liking it?
New digs. I kind of want more turf.
Yeah.
I was thinking that this morning when I walked in, like
Yeah.
maybe panel like this back wall.
The whole
Yeah,
turf
yeah,
thing.
just give
Boss
it,
man's
you know.
behind the glass.
What's that? That's from. It's like Stroke the
we can maybe
Furry
put
Wall.
that in.
That's from a movie.
Get him to the Greek.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
get him to the Greek.
Yes.
Oh, I love
Stroke the
that.
Furry Wall.
I feel like I made a mistake right when you opened up that I don't have a headset on.
Yeah, it does
Yeah.
feel a little weird.
That threw me off for a quick second.
It does
Throw
feel a
yourself
little weird.
headphones in.
Nah,
Nah.
That's right.
You
We're
look
jumping
good,
in.
though.
We're jumping into the
Thank
deep
you.
end.
Your ears need to be shown
No
to the
floaties.
camera.
no float.
No floaties.
Right
It's way more
right
like
in.
conversational this way. I'm a big
Oh
fan.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. You know what I'm a big fan of?
I know.
The real BU.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, the real
Yeah.
BU. Brian takes down
Yeah, it was bad.
Boston.
I picked a bad week to just really stand on a hill and say BU, Boston University, that is, was going to win, and they
You
did
just
not.
that was the only week you stood on a hill for Boston?
Well, unlike the biggest of hills, and
Yeah.
really pounded my chest. And yeah, it was bad. That was probably like the worst game they've ever played in program history.
You shut the game off at half. I came up to you
Yeah.
at your desk and you're like, I'm not even watching this.
Yeah. Well, there you go. There
There
the
we go. We
stats.
got some
So-
face-off stats up here.
We
Nathan
win
went
4
18
face-offs.
of 22 for
Yeah,
Bryant.
so we will not be a competitive Division I program with numbers going that way like that.
No.
If that continues.
Vince D'Alto kept
Not
pretty
gonna be
much off
great.
the board.
Yeah, tough day. He actually had a
Just
goal,
an
I'm pretty
assist?
sure. Yeah,
Hard
that's
to
wrong. He had a
have
goal.
a day where then you don't have the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough, and then like on offense, you try to, you think like you try to score a goal that's going to
Yeah, I
count
mean,
for
I
5
bet
goals,
on.
and
I
it
mean, I
doesn't.
bet against you, obviously, on Brian. I took Brian plus 5.
Big Brian
money line,
dogs.
which
That
was awesome.
That was a great line. It
Yeah.
was. It
I told
was
you that.
just-
I was telling you when you were
it
walking out, I was like, "There's value in it."
Yeah,
Even if you
and
get
I
like,
was, I was blinded by.
Were they at
lies.
500 when
Yeah.
you took them?
I got him at plus 500.
Yeah.
After my bet, it went to plus 480.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had them
great.
at
I
plus
think I moved the
500.
line myself.
They were earlier in the week. They were plus 400,
Yeah,
and that Friday they jumped.
yeah. I don't know.
Lovely
But
jump.
Butters might have taken a hammer on BU. That's why it was such
No,
a tough day.
I'm going up there for the Navy game.
Sorry
so,
about that.
Nice.
already put out the word that I'm going up. The performance better be better.
Yeah, but we talked about that. Like, I think
Put out the
BU
word.
needed a humbling experience.
Everyone's on
We're
notice.
back up.
But they need to be humbled. I think this will be
Well,
a
Yeah, similarly, like
get
last year,
right
they
type of game.
last year they got
coming
humbled.
up.
Yeah, they got humbled early on to Vermont too. So they gotta figure some things out. It's
But at the end of
D-mids
the,
and
at the end of the
face-offs.
day,
Those
they
are the two
play
big
in a
issues.
deep Patriot League.
Deep Patriot
Yeah,
Navy
the Patty
got
League-
smoked.
Smoke.
The Patty League did
Smoke.
not show up really here
No,
this past weekend.
No, they looked
not
more
at
like
all.
the shallow Patriot
Yeah,
League.
it's tough. It's all right.
Another
all
game.
about- all
Another
about
game
at the
Friday.
end.
We had
Yeah, this
UMBC
was a
Drexel
wild
was an
one.
awesome game.
Yeah.
Yes.
UMBC
Wild
was up by 3 with like 5 minutes left. Drexel just like turned it on.
Mhm.
Turned up for
They're
sure.
both. These teams are both like top 25, 30 teams. They're definitely very sound.
I like it. The Retrievers.
You were feeding those updates while I was driving, and I was like,
You're all
just keep them
about the
coming.
dogs.
Keep them coming.
Terriers,
Yeah,
Retrievers, let's go, baby.
The dude Hooley went crazy in the 4th for
Oh,
Drexel.
now you got the stats up. I was like,
Yeah, I got that stats up here. But he went. I think he had all 4 goals in the 4th in overtime.
That's
Can we
yeah.
go to the specialist?
So
That's
pretty
go.
solid. Do you want to see the specialists
yeah,
in here?
I'm always interested.
So faceoffs were pretty even.
Yeah.
Beals went 67%, but I guess D Triola must have started. Went 1 for 8. And,
It looked like
Becker
he had a
came in.
tough day.
Yeah, tough day for him.
Quick switch up the Dragons.
And then goalies were definitely in favor for Drexel.
Yeah.
McGill went 60%. He's probably second best in the CAA.
First being.
First being the UMass goalie.
I think both those teams. That's similar. In their
He's
conferences.
not in the
I
CAA.
think both their
Fact check
Note's
there.
a stud though.
Yeah, I think
Forgot
both
they moved conferences.
those teams, like, that's a tough game. Like, both those teams needed that for their conference play. Like, that's a good little start to them.
Hell yeah.
So,
High Points smoked
to get them
somebody.
prepared for their run.
High Point played on Sunday.
That
High
kid
Point,
Maya.
no, High Point
Oh,
also
they played
played
Friday.
on
High Point had
Friday. They
Sunday,
played
right.
2.
Played
High Point.
Uh,
That kid Maya had a season in
Maya
2 games.
had 20 points in 2 games.
I mean, that was
Yeah,
quite
they
impressive.
smoked
What do you have?
VMI.
Yeah, VMI. He was what, 8-3?
He was
Yeah,
8-3.
No, I thought we said 5 and 4.
No, he was
No,
8
that's
3
when we
against
go-
VMI, and then 5 and 4
Queens.
against
4 and 5,
Queens.
something
Yeah,
like that. Yeah,
nice 20 point. He's
That's
really
loose.
good.
that's a season.
Like he had 2 points against Duke, so like he's still
Yeah.
like producing against the bigger teams.
The best
No, yeah,
teams,
yeah.
they're gonna focus in on him.
Solid.
So
You
All
stayed
right.
off. You stayed off VMI this go around. We learned our lesson.
VMI covered, by the way.
Yeah, but he had the money
both
line the
both
first week.
games.
Yeah,
they covered.
I don't know how much of a lesson I learned. I stayed off of them this week, but would I look to go back at them again? For sure.
With the points.
Don't mess with the cadets, bro. That's it. Point blank.
Canisius got a nice win over Bellarmine.
That was surprising. Yeah, that was surprising. That was definitely surprising.
That
was at Bellarmine too, which
And
is kind of
they're not sleeping in. No.
yeah, that was at Bellarmine.
You sure?
Pretty sure.
Top teams.
Placed that with only 3 shots. Very surprising.
I thought they were not
He's a
sleeping
guy that
in their own
averages like
beds.
10
Either way,
shots a
he's good.
game.
Yeah, you
Not
and the
sleeping
own
in their own
beds.
beds.
You and the own beds
Yeah,
thing.
it's a big thing, bro. It's a big part.
What did he
All right.
say?
He
Oh,
went
it's the
back to
whole
sleeping in their own beds.
Yeah.
Kentucky to Buffalo, vice versa. That's a journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
think
at
Bellarmine was home, but-
yeah, that was at Bellarmine. Because
Thought it
Duke
was
was
the other
home.
way around.
No,
No,
'cause Duke
Bellarmine's
was
home.
home. They're up top.
Binghamton barely gets away from the Bonnies.
Yeah, upstate battle.
Yeah. There was pretty much throughout the entire game, the Bonnies. I didn't watch any, but the Bonnies were leading that pretty much whole game. Binghamton came back at the end pretty nicely.
I mean, Binghamton, that's, they played Jacksonville tough. Obviously good, now 1-1. See what you got. Playing Lafayette
Let's
next.
jump to an Ivy game.
A real game.
Quinnipiac
The Ivy's
wins back-to-back years against Brown
I know.
in a pretty, crazy fashion. Shout out Forrest Dimitri. Got
Yeah,
on the
shout
board
out
2
to
goals
Forrest.
for him.
I think it's evident that the Ivy's just like a 4-team league, and Harvard, it's still a little too early to tell what
Anyone
they're going to
see
do.
17 shots for Aiden McLean. He's that lefty. He's legit.
Shooters
but
got to shoot.
3 of 17. That is
Shooters got to
nuts.
shoot, coach.
Oh, my God.
That
Yeah,
worries
but
me
at
for
what
this-
point does
that worries
coach
me
tell
for
you,
this
like,
afternoon.
hey, you're done shooting today?
I don't think at any
17?
point.
Yeah, I think he's got a full green
Yeah,
light.
just keep going.
That's crazy.
Especially when you're losing 13-7 or, yeah.
I mean, that's a bad loss for them. They got
But I mean, the Ivy League, that's,
Not deep, you're saying.
no, not deep at
the
all.
Ivy League's very top heavy.
Yes, with the
Very
Cornell,
top heavy.
Yale, Princeton.
Cornell,
I
Princeton,
didn't
Yale.
really, if we're on the Ivy right now, I didn't think Harvard was going to come out
And stop Princeton
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, Providence like that.
I really didn't think that was going to happen.
Harvard
at
was
all.
my 3-pointer in the work league this week.
Yeah, I had
That was
the
easy.
over in
Loved
that
it.
game. Harvard virtually took care of it.
Yeah,
themselves,
that was easy.
Yeah.
which was
I
pretty
think
nice.
I tailed you on that over as well.
And then another one,
I
Dartmouth
thought
lost
Dartmouth
to
had
Bucknell.
this. Yeah,
I
I thought
thought
Dartmouth was going to
you've
come
been-
out storming, and
You've been stomping on Bucknell, too, for like the
I
last
have.
2 weeks. I was like, I took them in a DraftKings parlay. I was like, come on, this is it. Some juice there. Wrong.
yeah,
That
tough,
one hurt.
Wrong.
tough.
Wrong.
I
That was game
I was
one.
on Bucknell.
That was game 1 for Dartmouth, game 3 for Bucknell.
Yep.
So yeah, that could maybe work
Year,
out some kinks
year of the
there.
trees, not the year of the trees.
Well,
You got to plant
We'll
the
see,
seed
though.
somewhere.
who do they start? Who's their next game? Who do they have week 2? Who do they have week 2? The
Dartmouth week
Trees.
2. They have
We
Holy
like
Cross.
Lacrosse.
Okay, get right game.
Ah,
Let's go.
give me
Williams
Holy
a cross
again.
fan this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, they're good, man. They just beat Sacred
It's a
Heart
shame.
too.
I know.
Another one goal,
10-9,
another
I
one
know.
goal game.
Sacred Heart just loses all those like.
They're playing such nail biters. Like it's
and I feel like at the end of last year too, because I mean,
They have a
it's-
huge depth problem. Like they have like 2 or 3 guys that are, get into the rack at will, and then
O'Reilly's
they
there,
drop
yeah.
off and then just
I
stop
feel like if
having offense.
Yeah, and I feel like if O'Reilly's not scoring for them, it
Yeah.
turns to
And they got Salle, who's a big
right.
big scorer as well. But yeah, pretty much those 2.
Yeah, what's his name? Garrett
And
had an
Spooner.
assist this past
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Garrett's playing well for them.
Garrett's playing. Garrett's getting a lot of time. Shout out to
Solid
Garrett.
D mid.
shout out Garrett. Duke, what's up, T?
Yeah, I mean,
Dude.
well, we talked about their attack line last week. Which one
Yeah.
was better between the UVA Duke one?
It's got to be Duke.
yeah,
Zawada O'Neal, they just figure out what they're
Yeah,
going to do each day. Who's scoring? Who's feeding? I don't know.
Yo,
Yeah.
did Naso break another record this weekend?
No. So T was wrong. He tied the record
Last week.
last week, and now he broke
Broke
the
it.
record.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I saw the post and I was
Yeah,
like,
I feel like
I
I've
feel like
been-
we just talked about this.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been hearing about this record breaking for like
Yeah.
the past 3 weeks.
He's breaking his own record.
So he just
here
keeps
we go.
going.
Sweet
He
new
keeps
record.
going.
I love that.
Yeah, I mean Duke's looked, pretty impressive here.
But yeah, O'Neal 6-0, Zawada 0-6. That's
didn't take a
pretty cool
shot by
to see.
Zawada either.
Didn't take
just
a
played,
shot.
balanced kind of.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's got to be hard for Zawada though, because he was the guy at Michigan. Now he's such a role player with this group, and he just
I don't
always
know.
has to do the right
I
thing.
mean, are you a role player?
do you
though,
think
with
he's
putting
100%
6
role
apples
player.
up?
Yeah, I mean, like if it game's on the line, Zawada's not.
I don't
gonna
think he's a
ball.
role player. I think that's not doing him enough credit.
Yeah,
I'd like
He's
to just
more-
highlight Ben Johnston again. Talked about him
Yeah, you're
week
all-
1.
Yeah.
He's just producing each week.
yeah.
2 goals this week. Love it.
I mean, Duke's.
He's your
yeah,
freshman.
they've-
He's my freshman.
He's your
Yeah, he was my
freshman.
freshman pick.
McAdory's like your 5th threat, like dangerous.
Yeah, he's playing midfield this
Yeah.
year, and I think just more natural for him
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I
don't
think
know. Dookie
next year we'll
Veer-
see.
I can't wait for the
McAdory will
game.
be at attack next year.
Yeah, with O'Neal gone.
Sawada gone.
Yeah, probably.
Which you could see a pretty monster year coming from him. Georgetown finally gets a dub this year.
Yeah, and that's another Ivy League team, Penn, who I don't think,
I think
don't know.
Penn's one of the weaker Ivy
That's what I
teams.
think.
don't think it's a very
Yeah, I think
impressive
it's a
win for
down year for
Georgetown.
Which is the opposite of what we were saying at the beginning of the year last year.
Yeah, well,
I know.
Penn was
our
dark
horse for everyone across
they
the
were
board.
senior
loaded.
loaded.
last
like,
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, loaded.
And you have Sam Hanley, like,
Yeah,
100%.
you're legit.
Yeah.
No matter what. He's a matchup nightmare for sure. Lafayette smoked Hampton.
Georgetown needed that though, so it's
Hofstra with a pretty nice win over Siena. I was high on Siena to start the year. They bring back a lot, but they're not off to a good start. 0-2 NJIT loss and Hofstra loss, and
NJIT, baby.
Hofstra's looking a lot worse now that they got creamed by Navy. And Navy didn't look that good this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Yeah, I mean that's like now it's like that college football type thing. Like
I think the
losses.
CAA got wide open this weekend.
Yeah,
Because I think Towson's sort of back in the mix now.
I mean that was like I think Coach. Oh my God, I'm blanking on his name. From the Towson head coach,
Nadeline.
Thank you. Oh my God, he said after the game that was like probably like the most complete game he's seen like Towson play in the last 3-4 years. That's pretty evident.
The kid
To beat a team like
I hope
Navy
I
like
hope the kid
that-
could stay there, but Mikey Weisenhower, he is
Oh, you see transfer
so
portal.
good. This kid's an ACC
That's the
player.
short little
Really?
attackman,
He
right?
he's a midfielder,
Oh.
but he is unreal.
Yeah,
Like one of the best talents I think in college lacrosse right now.
they play at. Oh, so now they're at St. Joe's.
Who we talking, Towson?
On Friday.
Yeah.
Towson. So
That'd be a
that's
good one.
and St.
DeMeo-
Joe's is 0-2. St.
DeMeo,
Joe's
I
needs
gotta give a
that.
shout out to DeMeo.
That kid's
5
still
assists. It has to be a career high. There's no question about it. 5 assists from DeMeo might match a career high. This guy just shoots the rock from everywhere. He's an awesome shooter. He's one of the fun. He's so fun to watch.
80%.
He moves like Asher Nolting, slow, but like he creates space.
Just
somehow
gets to where he
all the
wants to
time.
get to.
Yeah, and he's not like as big as him. He's like smaller, like a little, like he's a meatball, like
Yeah,
a
he's a
lefty
stocky.
meatball,
Yeah.
like who just shoots the crap out of the ball. Love him.
CAA is completely wide open though, undoubtedly.
Navy.
Just-
What do we feel about Navy though after that loss?
That's bad.
Because it
That's
was
a tough one to go home after.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
decently even. Like
They've had
first
some-
half on the stats, I was on Navy,
Yeah.
and I missed much this year, and I missed by a lot on this one. A
humble
lot.
brag there
Yeah,
by
you were a
yeah,
little-
yeah,
you were a
man,
little
humble.
off there.
A little off there.
Do you have a cap on DraftKings? Do you have a cap?
I do. I have been
There we
capped by
go.
DraftKings.
Look,
have
he's
been capped.
smiling. He's so excited that you even asked him.
100%.
Well,
He was waiting for
that
somebody
was-
to drop that during this episode.
Doesn't happen to everybody. Just some of the greats.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
just
take
some
that.
with issues.
You can
Just
take that
some
two
with
different
issues.
ways, Liam. You could be like, I'm really, really good at gambling, or
Maybe I have issues.
It wasn't. I might have got a text like, "Hey, we're gonna need you to slow down a little bit here."
Oh, that was from
Navy
your
plays
VIP.
Penn State.
My VIP
next,
just
too.
wants me to go and go and go and go. 100%. You need a referral bonus? You need a bonus? Here you go. Keep playing.
Navy plays Penn State next. Tough one.
That's good. That's it. I was just saying,
Penn State,
tough
who's
draw.
coming off a win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
Stony
we'll see if
Brook.
Navy
Another
competes a little
Stony
better.
Brook game. I sort of want Stony Brook is just like competing.
Yeah, they're
out
kind of
here.
in every single one. Yeah,
I was just saying,
in with Rutgers, in with Penn State.
lingerers, if you
that's
will.
another CAA team, right? That could make
Yeah.
You can't like. I wouldn't be surprised if.
Once they get into conference play, that whole conference is going to be an
Well,
absolute.
Yeah, because it's
Dog
Delaware,
battle.
Drexel,
Yeah,
Hofstra. Hofstra probably not, but Delaware, Drexel,
But like Hofstra,
Towson,
probably
Stony
not. They
Brook,
got scrappy
Fairfield.
kids there too.
Yeah, that's why I'm crossing Hofstra off.
You think so?
Yeah,
I don't
out of
know.
the CAA race.
Close
I
game
don't
with
think
St.
they're
John should
I
have
think
said a lot
Fairfield's
in
better than
itself.
there.
But once you get down into that conference play where there's a little bit more of a rivalry, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
conference play, anything happens.
I don't think there's
what we
a
got?
big gap
Vermont
there.
wins.
Yeah,
Vermont gets their first one of the year
There you
over
go.
Manhattan. Nice 12-9 win. Vermont's a little down this year.
didn't catch much of that game.
Ohio State jumps into. I think they might have been in the rankings. They might have been receiving votes, but they jump in with a nice win over Air Force.
Air
Ohio
Force
State,
is-
They're 4-0.
Yeah, right. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. They're 4-0. Big Ten team. Nobody's talked about them at all.
They're
you-
4-0.
Now they play Virginia
and this is
Cornell.
what they have
So
coming
here-
up.
Yeah,
Virginia,
Cornell, Notre Dame.
Cornell, Notre Dame.
So here we go. If you're for real,
That's where the talk
This is where you're
Yeah.
gonna.
yeah. Their goalie's playing great. That freshman, Big Tasty,
Yeah.
kid from St. John's.
Like if you come out of there 3-3.
Well, they're
you
4-0
were
right
sus.
now.
Oh, my bad.
So, yeah,
whatever.
I mean,
Dyslexic.
you
I
got-
missed up a couple
The boss man, like that one.
Yeah. It's all good.
Like if they lose all three, you're saying
yeah.
they will
They
lose
will
all
lose
three.
all three.
You think they're losing all three?
I don't think any of these
They
games
can't
are
sneak
close.
one maybe against like Cornell?
No.
That was the only one I
Go
see
back to
them
their schedule.
sneaking.
Which one of those is home?
It's ND.
Ohio
is
State
home.
is very
No,
very
that's
good
the only
at home.
one. Yeah, that one.
So
They're not
scratch
being-
that one off the list.
I was
Yeah.
hoping maybe Cornell would be at Ohio State.
So their
for
next win will be on March 12th versus Detroit Mercy.
Yes, and then
yeah, I mean that's
that will be the last one of the year.
because
That's
then you
your
think
call
they're
right now?
That's
losing
my
to
call.
Denver, Penn State, Rutgers. Man. So, no, they're not going to lose every.
They don't
Big
drop
Ten
all of
game.
those.
They're gonna lose every game.
No, they're not.
I don't
They'll-
know.
I already said they're going.
I
to
think
I
they
know
did
you've
the
been
Big
down
Ten.
on.
I think they
I
beat
know.
Rutgers in an OT game.
I do. I
Rutgers
dock
is
it
not.
now.
Rutgers is not
Myers
that
is
good,
so
dude.
good. Like their defense is a lot better than I thought. Ohio State for sure.
Rutgers is not that good,
No, we saw
and neither
that.
is Penn State. I don't think.
Army smoked Rutgers.
Rutgers has a
like-
problem on defense.
You said that last week too. Like they
Yeah.
definitely are having some issues down low, and offensively, like 7 goals isn't great. An
Army
up-and-down game.
went on a. It was that game was 3-3. Army then went on a 6-goal run, and that was it. Done. Game over. 9-3.
and the
done.
goalies like
And I think it was
just
like
Army just
5
dominated. Like it wasn't like any
Yeah.
goalie had a better
Dude, that
day.
the Army kid Plunkett is
Yeah,
incredible.
he's a dog.
And the Army's
Bro.
top 3 scorers right now are all middies. They're
Plunkett
top
was
3
a
middies.
freshman last year, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
insane.
That's pretty elite.
Liam,
I
can we
think one
touch
of
on
them
the
might be playing
toothpaste
tag,
school real
but-
quick?
We could touch on toothpaste school.
Because you were high.
Colgate's
On the
playing great
Danes.
too.
I was high on the Danes. Thank God.
Patty League.
Thank God that was a New York game because I would
'Cause you
have
would've
been
slammed
on
it.
the Danes. But
Patty League.
Colgate, man, get another win. Colgate also
They showed
jumping
up
into
here.
the rankings.
Yeah, I mean, shout
Also,
out Coach
another
Lattimore.
case of Albany's first game versus Colgate's third game. So I think
that has a lot to do with things
Yeah.
for sure. It definitely does. I mean,
Albany's definitely a team to watch.
yeah, I think. Well, that's American. Yeah.
Then we had a
American East.
couple big.
For sure they could
yeah.
take down the American East.
NGIT
Oh,
though. Oh,
We'll talk about it in a
I
second.
love
Wait
that.
for him.
Yeah.
Delaware takes down St. John's. Michigan takes down Hobart.
I was a little shocked on
both
that
commanding.
Delaware game. I thought that was going to be a little bit of a bigger margin.
Now, on this board, the last one is what I was surprised about most.
Yeah, Delaware sound. I mean, let's go. Maris beat Jacksonville, which
Maris, baby.
Jacksonville
Jacksonville again taking
Jacksonville's
a trip
down.
up north
Jacksonville is
back-to-back
not
weekends.
Jax was down this
very
year.
good,
Yeah, they're down.
like at all. They
They're playing
played really
Duke
tight
next,
against
playing
Big
Duke
Ten.
I
next,
love
too.
when Liam comes in and he's
There's
like
not.
sounds like he's about to sound something like crazy, and it's like they're just not. Yeah, they're not good. They're
Nah,
just
like-
not. Yeah, that's really all it is.
It's like, but
Right, they're coming
Jacksonville
with
had
some
they had
stats.
such a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
run going, and I feel like they still have a lot of guys on the roster that are like sound.
Playing Duke next. Beating Duke, the last 2 years?
Yo,
Yeah.
that
You
that
gotta think
game
Duke
as
wants
a
to
Duke
beat-
I
fan,
think no, I think oh yeah,
Pat
yeah,
as a
Jacksonville.
Duke fan, that game makes me nervous.
yeah.
Like I think Duke wins.
If you've
But
lost,
I'm not betting on
if
Duke.
you're Duke and you've lost to Jacksonville the past 2 years, and Jacksonville's struggling
You're
right now,
laying one on them.
like you got to be
Oh.
thinking, okay,
You got to think 11-1 first
like,
quarter.
yeah,
Like,
and
Oh,
then
we're
get
gonna-
that
yeah,
pillage.
for
then.
sure. Hopefully, just makes me nervous.
You're always nervous.
you think
I know.
what do you think like the goal cap should be? Like if you're killing a team that's like not in the same ballpark as you.
25.
Like how
What do you
high?
mean?
Like you think
Like
if you're two college
what's-
teams, can you
Why
just
does
lay
there
it
have
on
to be a
somebody?
cap?
Like what do you think as like put yourself into
Like
like
if
a
you
coach's
hang a
mind.
25 on somebody,
'Cause
spin it.
it's much different with the shot clock now because you can't hold on to the ball. You sort of have to play offense.
Yeah, I don't really
at
think
some point.
like
I mean, if you have an opportunity to
20,
run
you're
net, just go
pumping
to
a
the net.
team 25-2. You're gonna say, "Hey, we're going because there's a shot."
no, I
clock.
think 25 to 25. It's 25-2. Yeah, you could probably start to
Yeah.
try to lay off a little bit.
You just
Well,
dump it
your
into the corner
subs
at
are
the end?
probably in
Yeah.
though, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
are you letting your subs get to the rack?
So
You got- you
that's
gotta-
where
you gotta feed
that's
them. Those
that.
guys are working in
Hopefully,
practice.
you started to empty
Yeah,
the
if I
bench
have
when it
like
got
a
to 15-2.
senior that's never seen a second, and we're up 25-2, and he's now in.
Green light.
Yeah, sure.
100%.
Green light special.
100. Go to
Well,
the
I
rack.
think- yeah.
Sideline goes nuts.
Yeah,
In that instance, when it
yeah,
gets
yeah.
to like 15-0, you pull everybody,
Yeah.
and then you give your subs the 10-goal cushion.
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
go play. Go play
have
now.
go
Have
play,
fun.
Go play
kids.
lacrosse. Have fun,
Go have
boys.
fun now. Yeah,
Yeah.
but to Division I level.
Yeah, no one really got there.
So that's what you do at St. Anthony's? 25 when you hang one of 25 on.
No,
Well, it
it's
depends who you're playing. Like
Calendar.
if you're playing like
Slower.
a Culver and somehow
Slower.
you're up like 20-8, you're
Oh
staying
yeah,
on
pumping
the
them.
gas.
Yeah, pump
Staying
them.
on the gas.
Statement games.
I
No,
think
we
it
never go. Yeah, no.
matters who you're
Kellenberg
playing.
or like any of those. It's never.
They're off your schedule now.
No, we play them, but we will never pump like 30 on them.
Yeah.
It's-
Could
yeah.
could you?
I don't know.
Put him on the spot. All right.
right.
Hopkins, nice decisive win over Loyola. Loyola sort of cooled off their steamboat after smoke in Georgetown.
I mean, yeah, and then Hopkins just kind of answered the bell right after
Yeah.
their week 1 kind of disappointment. Answered, taking care of business, 3 straight wins. All right.
Yeah,
I
and
can't
they,
wait for this weekend.
and
So
like,
Again,
at-
they get into it.
after
were
seeing
talking about it before
Towson
we
this
started,
weekend,
yeah.
like that Hopkins wins even nicer against them. Like they dismantled them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
defensive clinic for
Yep.
sure.
I like early on how you can do that with like the schedule. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
you
they
can see
beat.
who's
They
playing
beat.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
that win's not that
we should
good.
do one of those wheels where like we make like
Well, it's like
Tech the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah, and it's like the college football thing
They
too.
should
Like
be receiving votes. Messed up, they're not.
I know NJIT.
They can't be plus 50,000 anymore
No.
on DraftKings.
Yeah, they got.
We could have got Valley, maybe cash out option too. Beautiful. But
All right,
Imagine.
your Richmond Spiders, number 6 team in the country.
they came to
Lost.
play again. I mean,
14-10.
4-goal lead. They lost to 2 of the top 5 teams. Like Richmond's a team
I don't know.
to
Richmond,
play,
yes,
and the
they are.
clear A-Sun favorite, like
Clear.
which we
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about. But like, because
Yep.
Jacksonville was sort of in that mix.
You could engrave
Bellarmine
the
was sort
trophy
of in
now.
that mix.
Yeah, 100%.
I might have said that Bellarmine was gonna
Yeah, but that
be in the
loss to
championship game at the
Canisius-
A-Sun. I think that's still in play.
For sure.
Yeah,
Utah?
I mean, Canisius a brutal loss, but
Liam's not
Utah.
taking Utah until his boy comes back.
Yeah,
They
it's
play this
true.
weekend?
Stein needs to
gotta-
come back.
Can we
Still
reach
not
out to
back.
Can we reach out to Utah for comment?
We could
For
see.
comment.
We can see what that injury's looking like.
What's going on there?
But Cormier broke the all-time goal record at
Yep.
Virginia, which is awesome.
Incredible.
Congratulations.
It was cool because he had both his coaches on. The one coach was in the broadcast booth, and
Yep.
Tiffany was
yeah.
there, so it was cool.
Yep.
He got to enjoy that with everybody, and that
Yep.
was, one of the old coaches, recruits as well.
Carcaterra had a good tweet. He said something about like how everyone's like hating on Peyton Cormier, but he's like, oh, he's been there for what, like 6 years?
Forever.
But apparently Peyton Cormier was the quickest to get inside a top 5 for like points
Really?
in Virginia history. Yeah, so he was
That's
quickest
just
to
wrong.
get
That's
there.
They're
just-
saying that like
that
it
It
had
doesn't.
no
Yeah,
effect
no
on-
effect.
yeah.
He was the quickest one to
right
get there.
there.
It's such a run of dudes for
crazy.
Virginia, but I'm impressed with
it's
how many guys from Richmond are like contributing at like the 1-2 points per
For
game
sure,
mark,
sure.
where,
Yeah, they're
like,
deep. Yeah.
definitely deep. Team to watch.
Richmond's
for sure.
been, again, like, they made it to the tournament the past
like
couple of years.
maybe top 6 is maybe a little
Yeah.
ambitious.
Yo,
Top
Didn't
15, I'll
somebody
give you.
from- Top 15,
top
yeah.
13, top 14,
I mean,
top
Richmond
15.
probably-
right?
Didn't somebody from Whitman out of your class go to Richmond?
Vinny Colapinto went to Richmond. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the
beautiful
year that
school.
Richmond started up.
Gotcha.
I think they started up in 2014 was their first year
Yeah, it is a
for
beautiful school.
lacrosse.
Wow,
Beautiful
that's a
campus,
lot more
yeah,
recent than I
beautiful.
thought.
Yeah, 10 years old.
One of my favorite teachers, coaches went to Richmond.
Richmond probably takes
Richard
the next
Rosal.
4.
Shout out Rouse. Love you, Rouse.
St. John's, Binghamton,
Hope you're listening.
UMBC,
I play golf with
Bucknell.
Rouse still. Oh, great. dude.
Yeah,
Maybe UMBC
a
might
lot
be
of
a dog
sneaky
fight.
games. I think UMBC is sneaky. How about Lemoyne? First ever win for the Dolphins.
Love it.
Love to see
Fins
it.
up, baby.
That was
By-
my
by
3-point ball
11.
too in the office.
Fins
league.
up. Yeah,
By
I
I
mean,
think I did the same thing.
Yeah.
that was. And what was the line on that game?
So the line was Lemoyne. We didn't
Oh
have
no,
it
we
in
didn't
New
see
York,
it.
but
what
Lemoyne was
it?
2.5 goal favorite,
Lemoyne was okay.
which is some respect for
yeah,
for
that
For the
is.
new dogs
I was
coming
I was
in?
curious to see if like they if
So
they're
we did have
Vegas is gonna come out and
Pizz's
say
second
Wagner.
cousin put up 9 points for them.
Yeah, Pezzamente.
Oh, yeah.
Pezzamente.
Yep.
We have a Pizz. They have a Pez.
I mean, his name is Joe
I like
Pizzamenti.
his.
My dad's name is Joe Pizzamenti.
Yeah, you're saying what they like?
Yeah,
tagged?
they like tagged my dad in some post
That's
once. My
pretty
dad's
funny.
like, "This isn't
That's
what?
pretty funny.
This isn't
This
me.
isn't me."
Like,
That's
come on,
pretty
I don't take a
funny.
step
Learn
down
your
like
vowels.
that.
No.
learn your vowels. EI.
Another ACC big win. North Carolina takes down Fairfield 19-8.
Owen Duffy.
Duffy
Boom.
got started up.
Coming out
Yeah.
party. I called
What do you
that.
have 9? He had a big game.
No, he's
7,
3 and 4.
3 and 4.
I think I said he was going to be 4 and 4.
Knew something
You
on.
did- I think you did say
Yeah,
that.
come on.
right on it.
Come on.
Right on.
Come on. It's
No,
free.
that was impressive. And now they play Hopkins. That's what I'm pumped up about this weekend.
Yeah, it's
So,
going to be a sick game.
that's- Yeah,
I think that's the game of the
'cause
weekend.
that's
right
like if you're UNC, right? How to make a statement early on. Boom, beat
Especially
Hopkins.
after like a close game with
Yep,
Mercer.
right, where
and
people were
then-
doubting you.
I honestly thought this game would be a lot closer. I think Fairfield's better than people are giving them
Yeah.
credit for.
I feel it's legit.
But they definitely, I think they had a pretty big
That's
of
a
a
good-
struggle
yeah,
bus versus
UNC
North Carolina.
UNC needed to, kind of stomp them out.
How about
Yeah,
how
like
about
it.
next one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Piz
Pizz
excited,
Pizz,
but-
you need, all right, well,
The
Pizz,
Sharks with a big upset home victory over Merrimack.
Yeah, I mean,
and you have, don't you owe everybody an apology? Over
yeah,
at
I
the
do.
LAU,
I definitely I owe the Sharks an
You
apology.
picked Merrimack?
Yes, he
Well,
picked them.
on the pod last week,
Whoa.
right?
they said they were playing Merrimack, and I went, I don't really know how I feel about that.
Why did we not make a bigger deal of it last week? when he picked them.
Because
I
I was
think-
probably right going into it. Like
I
everyone was
think it
thinking the same thing.
was. I would.
Yeah, maybe.
Merrimack should have won
Hindsight's
that
2020.
game.
But, dude,
probably,
that
but it
first
was a great
quarter,
first quarter for LIU.
It was 7-1 after the first. I mean,
Well, that's
they
what
won.
they got to do. They got to make
10-5.
like coming
10-8.
into Long Island's
Yeah.
tough.
It's
Come on,
tough.
let's go.
You
That's
gotta
got to be the
sit in
mindset.
traffic,
That's
man.
got to be the mindset.
4 minutes
it.
left in that game. It was 10-5. LIU takes 2-minute non-releasable. Merrimack
Yeah, it's
pumps in
tough.
3, and now
Yeah.
everyone's like, "Oh boy, here we go."
When was the empty netter? I saw LIU scored an empty netter.
Yeah, I
that
did
was
see
like
that.
off.
I think that was off.
It was like a double team
Oh, I
that
didn't know
just
if that
went
was an
around.
Oh, so that was
goal,
early
yeah.
in the game.
No.
Early
It was
in the
at
fourth,
the
I
end,
think.
but probably like
I think it was the third quarter.
no. It was the fourth because I was on their side.
No.
What?
No.
Did you just meow?
What?
No. It's Pizz. No.
Where did that come from?
No, it wasn't there. No.
No. All right, yeah, good win for LIU. Who do they
Yeah,
have now?
whatever.
Who do they have next?
They play Lindenwood, which
Mm.
last minute trip I'm taking down this weekend. Gonna go shoot them.
It could be Lindenwood's last
Oh,
chance at victory.
At St. Louis.
It's I'm
It's-
hopping
I
on a
thought you were going to say
plane.
last chance playing LIU. I was
Wow.
That's
It
correct.
is their last chance.
It's a gorgeous campus. You'll
So I've heard.
It's nice.
You're going to Missouri?
Yeah,
Nice.
Staying with the
Friday.
team,
Are you
staying
guys
with the
flying?
team.
eating with
Yeah.
the team.
Oh yeah. If we were hopping on a bus, I wouldn't be going.
Yeah, no.
No
I don't
way.
know if that was
That
borderline
would take like
8-hour
that would-
trip.
Yeah, that's
That's a journey.
yeah.
Journey.
Talk
Yeah.
about sleeping in a bed.
Yeah, you sleep in the bus chair.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Having Jimmy John's for dinner.
So is our he didn't play this. Yeah,
No,
he didn't-
Ryan Steins did play.
Oh, he did.
West
Oh, he's
Coast
back.
matchup. Here we go.
Denver
So he's
Denver really
12
got it done.
shots. He's healthy.
still yeah, he's
Feeling
healthy, dude.
fine.
1 of 12. He might have some back spasm issues on that one, but
Yeah, he's shooting out. Yeah, he's working out the kinks.
man,
Shoot to get hot.
Denver really getting it done for
Single
sure.
digit
Denver's
shooting
ranked in
percentage
like I
hurts.
know on Inside the Cross they're
I
ranked like
mean,
6 or
I
something.
was
They're high.
I didn't think
I-
Denver. Yeah, I was low on Denver coming in.
Think-
New head coach wasn't and he kind of put out a message right
I'll
away. He's
look
like,
right
this
now,
is a
Will.
They're one of the
lacrosse
older
school.
teams in Division 1.
Yeah,
So they got a lot of returning pieces and off to a really hot start.
that's the Big East. That's theirs.
William, they're 5.
Let's
They're 5.
Yeah. Notre Dame, Duke, UVA, Maryland, Denver.
Army should be in that 5
Denver's
spot.
5.
Army's
Yeah.
7.
Holy crap!
Army should be 5, but
No,
I could
Army-
get Denver 6.
What's Army?
Army 7.
That's
Yeah.
sick.
Denver and Syracuse flop.
It is pretty awesome that Denver's
Yeah.
just like a perennial powerhouse every year.
Matt
Yeah,
Brown's
pretty
doing his
much.
thing.
You know, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
sick.
Crushing it there.
They're big, and they've just dominated the Big East.
Yeah.
West Coast school, out
Yeah,
West
yeah,
school,
for sure.
coming east, dominating it.
How about a little battle of the UMass schools?
Yeah, Lowell kind of
Yeah.
competed here.
Lowell kept his game close.
Lowell competed here.
I love that every team just has some rogue dude that's taking like 11, 12 shots and only
Yeah, they got
one or
it.
two,
Yeah,
like,
they got
each
one
game.
dude.
Yeah.
That's a cool little matchup though. A little battle of UMass. That's cool. Battle of
Way closer than I
Massachusetts.
thought.
Yeah.
Ooh, Albany's up 1-0 on Penn.
Yep.
Get that live
I
game
didn't know if we
going
wanted
right
to
now.
touch on
Yeah,
that. I
there
just
you
saw
go.
it as I went
We are
back.
filming this on Tuesday.
Cornell with an awesome game versus Lehigh. That game was awesome, fast paced. A lot of goals. Cornell's still good. Like
Still
good.
here.
Like still.
Do we so I mean,
they're
early
top 10,
on, do we
top
think
10.
Ivy League championship game? It's Cornell, Yale,
No, Cornell, Princeton.
Princeton.
Yeah, I'd say Yale's in that 3 spot. They didn't look too dominant over Villanova.
Princeton's looked very.
And I don't think Villanova's.
And
very
Novo
good.
came in kind of laggish.
I
so.
think Yale's like not close to where we think they are. I
I'm
think
with you.
if they play like a competitive team like a Maryland or something, we'll look at their schedule coming up. But I think they'll get peppered.
Yeah.
Like I don't think they have depth, and like a 2-goal win over Villanova is not.
Yeah, no, it's not moving mountains.
I mean, they have
No.
Penn State and Denver are their next 2. So,
Yeah,
dude, come on.
So
You
we're-
have your own right next
we're
to
gonna learn
you.
a lot. Stop drinking Pizz's drink, T.
You have a monster
Well,
right
Ryan's
next to
drinking
you.
mine, so I just
Look at
decided
this. It's like a chain.
that I was going to drink yours a little bit to even it
Are you
out.
drinking teas? Oh,
Yeah.
appreciate it. All right. The one
Just
really,
crush it.
one
Okay,
really
moving on.
impressive team of the
Harvard.
weekend from Ivy, Harvard.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that. Yeah,
I mean, 16-goal win, put up 23 on Providence. See,
I didn't think
Providence
this was
is a
gonna
team
go
you
down
could
like
put
this.
up 30. Like they're respectable enough to put up 30.
yeah. You would have kept going here.
I mean, if I
don't
could
know
have.
I don't know if I'm going to keep
Jackson
going
Green got on the scoreboard here. Shout out
Sam,
Jackson.
I mean, let's not forget about Sam King. Like probably a Torton finalist.
Dude,
He is
they
a
had a
stud for
lot of
Harvard.
contributors.
Yeah, Graham Blake
That
with
kid's
here.
6
I mean, when you
King
put up
is good, yeah.
23 goals, you know.
I mean, he's got a
10
scroll
shots,
to look at
6
who else
goals.
is
That's a
there.
pretty good day.
That's
I'd
crazy.
say what the goalies looked like in this one. Not a good day for the Providence goalie, who is
No.
Well, yeah, I mean he faced a lot.
the Big East goalie of the year coming off last year. But at least they kept him in. They let him stay in Peppered.
That's tough.
And then how about the game of the weekend?
Yeah.
yeah, I
Maryland
mean,
versus Syracuse.
talk about The review.
Can
The
we go to
review
Can we
system.
go to the box here too?
The review system.
We definitely go to the box
Ajax
on this.
kind of played. He played very well against Joe Spallina.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Very well.
I think you could put Ajax.
And that's. I mean, he's
Ajax has to be in the Torton conversation.
Oh,
this
easily.
year.
That kid is incredible.
Yeah,
I mean, he single-handedly shuts down the other team's best player every week. It's, I mean,
Pretty impressive.
yeah. I mean, equate it to anything else in any other sport. Cornerback.
Also, like, I'm glad that they didn't put this at 12 o'clock. They finally gave
Yeah,
us like
right.
a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
prime time game.
like,
Yeah, I know.
because it's they got to
Who
figure it
had
out.
that
and,
rollback goal on Maryland? Did you see that clip?
Which one?
It was the rollback. Oh my God! Who?
I watched the whole game, so I'm sure
I want to
Sure I
say
saw
it
it.
was It might have been Murphy. He went right to left and just rolled back and just like stung. It was like the sickest clip.
Yeah, then I mean, Syracuse had a really close chance in overtime to win it. Leo scored. I mean,
I
just,
know that's tough,
just
and I think it
glove
was the
landed
right
in.
call.
It was the right call.
Like
Dude,
it
what hurt
undoubtedly
Cuse
was the
was,
right
and you
call.
can see it in the
Unfortunately,
box,
Cuse-
is Thompson couldn't get started to save his life. And like they said it all game.
Mhm.
Like he
Is
just
Leo playing midfield or attack?
Midfield,
Midfield.
but sometimes they'll like flash
him
him
down low.
on attack.
Yeah.
But they like him getting the
Kids could.
They like him getting the shorty matchup because
Yeah.
he pretty much always does.
Yeah. And his
He's
shot
very
is
good from
pure
the
like
wing.
wrist. His release
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
like it's
Yep.
he
He's
snaps the
I
thing
think
off.
he may be their best dodger. Like he
Yeah,
might
he's
be.
explosive.
I think if
Yeah.
he starts getting into that like mold of being able to like dodge, get that quick slide, move the ball, and let like
and again, I mean
Syracuse
Joey,
sticks do a little more work, I think they'll be a lot more fluent.
Yeah, Spallina got 7 shots off. Right, that's 2 apples, and I think Syracuse as a whole, that's good battle against a Maryland team.
100%.
Like
Yeah.
that's hell yeah, let's go. And their schedule is
Yeah, Logan had a good
freaking
day. We'll mark a little off for his
normal standard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. But a pretty freaking
Syracuse's
pretty awesome
schedule
game, and
is
a
sick.
clash of top 5 teams that will be pretty legit contenders for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, Cuse is exciting to watch. They are.
So,
Yeah.
a ton of fun.
Yeah,
for
they are.
sure.
They're a fun team to watch.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into this week's coming up games, we're gonna take a quick break and then get right to it.
Sounds good.
We did forget the Sunday games,
got to
Yeah.
touch on them.
Way to
Our
go,
boys
man.
are there.
but first, guys, make sure to subscribe on YouTube. Leave a comment below if you have a question for us, anything like that. Make sure to give it a like.
Yeah,
Follow
Some
us on all
questions
our
would be
socials.
nice.
Some questions
Yeah,
would be
we do a
real
little
nice.
Q&A.
We've had some come through, but let's get a nice list of
get a
them.
little questions
rolling, so
rolling through.
make sure they're decently respectable too. We got some weird stuff in there.
Just DM Blatant Pizz.
The
All your
weird stuff.
questions. Yeah.
Yeah,
All the
or
weird
Blatant
ones.
Lacrosse.
Go for it. Sure. Sure.
But how about the boys from Tech
Love it.
moving to 3-0,
Love it.
halfway to our prediction of 6-0?
Yeah. I know.
They're catching another one tomorrow.
Yeah, they're playing. They got Monmouth tomorrow, right? So
They-
we ran through this. Manhattan.
Oh no, we had 7-0
Yo, they
Wagner,
because
yeah.
we had Monmouth,
Yeah.
Manhattan, Wagner, and Lindenwood.
And it was the at
And
Mount St.
honestly,
Mary's game.
if they're 7-0, they're taking down Vermont. There's no
Yeah,
stopping them
no
there.
stopping them.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
There it is,
With this
There
team,
it
if
is.
this team's rolling, it could happen.
I mean, and listen, if there's a little hiccup, it's all right. Let's now then they bounce back. Let's
no
see
hiccup
what
for
the
Tech.
let's see
They're
what the
just
program's
game.
about.
Straight-
straight
like to say.
roll.
Yeah,
We
you
love
know?
the friends of the pod.
Friends of the pod. That's true. Shout out NGIT.
Another
baby. Keep it
Jersey
rolling.
team got it done. Princeton smoked Monmouth. Pretty
Yeah.
expected.
Yeah.
Princeton looks impressive early
Honestly,
on.
I think 15 goals is soft. I think if you're only putting up 15 goals against Monmouth, a little
Well,
worrisome.
maybe they started pumping the brakes a little bit
You
towards
think?
the end.
First outing.
Jersey program from
And you know who doesn't pump the brakes?
Say it.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
I had the over in that game, and I was like, "Oh, they're up by 10. Like this is gonna get like
They're gonna slow
it's
up
gonna
here.
slow
Didn't
down."
matter.
Yeah.
They weren't even taking shot clock.
Yeah.
They were going right to the rack.
We're just gonna
nonstop.
go. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, Notre Dame could be kind of that team that
What was the
everyone
over there?
again
They're
talking about Notre
absolutely-
Dame's
Over was
attack line.
27.5.
Even us, we're talking
It-
about Notre Dame's
it finished
attack
at
line,
29.
Virginia's
Yeah,
attack
so-
line.
I mean, they're
it was
also
slowing
a 5-2
down to an
team.
extent, but like the second half, like I think it was only at 12 at halftime.
Yeah, you
So
need
you got
Marquette to
17
do a
in the
little
second
work
half.
for you.
So
Yeah.
why don't we loop Notre Dame's attack line into the Duke and UVA discussion?
You could.
You
could.
I mean,
Liam was like, I don't
champs,
want to, but you could.
Kavanaugh's. I don't even know who the third one is.
I still put them at 3.
Doesn't matter.
I'd still put them at 3. I think their midfield's very impressive. The one
Sure,
the one
yeah.
football kid is,
Incredible.
Disgusting.
Was it Forson, I think?
and then
Faison.
Faison,
91
yeah,
kid. Yeah.
and then the kid Eric Dobson shoots the ball harder than anyone I've ever
yeah.
seen.
Yeah.
He if you see him stepping down, it's going to.
You haven't seen me
it's going
shoot
through
in
the
a while.
net. I've seen you shoot quite a bit. those
But
high
not
bouncers
recently.
aren't close to Dobson.
I don't know, man.
Our 30 goalies are saving your shots.
Jake Taylor's
Don't
the
try
third
to
attack.
get all
Okay.
that hype.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I wouldn't
Notre
go
Dame's
for
attack line is throwing up serious points.
What are they at right now?
I mean, Kavanaugh's at 12. Chris Kavanaugh 12. Pat Kavanaugh 12. Jake Taylor 10.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
think
that'll
the
do.
most
34 points.
dangerous thing about that team is when the games get tight. I think they have the best defense in the ACC.
Yeah, and they've been there, right? Just last
Yeah.
year, made the run. I don't know. I think there definitely has that
What
like
do
kind
we
of
got up
mindset
here
of
on the
everyone's
old,
talking about other teams.
So we're pulling up
DraftKings?
some DraftKings lines. It's going to be out on Wednesday, so we'll get into some Wednesday games. Hopefully, any early viewers get some
Wednesday,
quick action.
Fridays.
Yeah.
And then we'll jump into the weekend. So we got Monmouth NJIT's -1.5 here.
You gotta
Over
roll with
under is
NJIT.
very low, the lowest I've seen this year at 21. Think we got to roll with the boys at Tech. I'm going to take them on the money line at -150. I'll eat a little juice there.
Sure.
Because if that game's going overtime, I trust them.
I think I'm
Yeah.
going.
Trust them.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the points. I think they beat them by more than 1.5,
Yeah.
so I'll stay away from the juice.
Bottom
at
line is
150.
just roll with NJIT.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whichever way you
yeah.
preferred, take them.
But honestly,
Honestly,
I don't like that 21.5.
so
It's-
it's at 21.
21,
Their games have
flat.
finished at
All right,
18,
my bad.
31,
I know
And
I got
18.
smoked by the hook last week.
18, 31, 18 are their 3 games.
Midweek
Oh,
game.
the points.
So for the points.
Midweek game 2. Oh, Penn's up 4-1.
I did say on Friday
Either way,
games,
you're
be
still
very
making a
careful
little
on
bet.
Friday games. Every Friday game's went under so far.
Well, that's a Wednesday.
Weird
game.
This
stat.
is Wednesday,
I know, this is
though.
Wednesday, so you don't have to really worry about it. But I'm saying when we get into Friday,
Why'd you just hit us with
be
that?
real monitor. We're getting into it.
Real head scratcher
Yeah,
for
I'm
T.
a little confused on that.
You're
one.
riding with the 1.5.
I'm 1.5. Yep.
Money line.
Money line. I'm with the money line as well. Everyone's riding Tech.
Oh, we got a 2-2.
And then
We
I
make this a
think-
little.
I think this
Little
one.
bet.
How can we make a bet? We're on
Yeah,
the
we're
same
on the same
side.
team. Come on, Pizz.
Yeah, but
Dude,
you
5
have a money
push-ups.
line.
That was
we have
a
five
Pez guy.
push-ups.
Dude.
Piss.
What's the bet? Tell me what the
Did
bet
you
is.
say push-ups?
No, tell
That's
me
what
what the
he just said.
I
He said,
did.
"What do you want to make it 5 push-ups?"
what's the bet?
All right, fine. We'll save it. We'll save it.
No, we got to go on
Don't
opposite
sh-
ends. That's the whole point.
Yeah, I don't think you got the point of how bets work.
We're looking for the
Yeah,
same.
take a
thing,
hike,
bro.
No,
Take a
actually, let's track back. How would that bet work?
I don't know. You can't. It was stupid. It's just in my head. It flowed for a
Yeah,
hot
what
second.
is
I
that?
I'm
didn't
getting out
think
of
it
this,
through.
Pizz. You can't
Yeah.
just
Stop that flow. Let's go to something else. What's the next game?
He was just itching for a bet. We got into
Yeah.
DraftKings. He's like,
Don't
let me
Don't worry,
bet
I've been
something.
looking for one.
Next
Sweating
game.
now.
Let's do a
I'm a
side
little-
bet. We're all on NJIT.
I'm a little.
This should be fun. Let's all root together.
If
We'll
we-
just exchange $5
If
bills.
we lose, we all got to do
Loser
push-ups.
does lunch.
Yeah. All right. I like Fairfield -2.5. Next.
We didn't even talk about it yet, but Fairfield's -2.5.
I know we didn't, but I can see it there.
Against
Yeah.
Sacred Heart. Over unders at 24. Fairfield's -245 in the money line.
I like them 2.5 for sure.
yeah,
I think
for
their
sure.
I think
That's
their
a lot
game
of
against
juice.
UNC prepares them better here. to
Yeah, I
stomp.
think
And I
uh,
also like the over.
the over 24. That's where I would definitely.
What's up?
I think the over 24 is a pretty good line. If I was going to be
You
somewhere on
think
that
Sacred
game,
Heart's going to put in enough goals, though, to make that work? I don't think Fairfield does it by
They've been doing
themselves.
Their last 3 is 14, 10, and 9.
yeah, I think this is.
Yeah,
I'm
so
with,
I think
I'm
that's
with
a-
Butters
yeah.
on the 2.5. This is get right for Fairfield.
Yeah.
Like start getting going to the season. Maybe
That's what
like
I'm thinking.
say
Fairfield's
six-
0-2
Yeah,
to
6-7
start.
goal win here.
Yeah. And then this next one,
I personally think this is a shootout.
See,
Towson St. Joe's.
Yeah.
this is another one. St.
I'm
Joe's is
now-
0-2.
Towson is a very tough bet right now.
Yeah.
So Towson's +1.5, but -150. So this is really like a pick 'em.
They both minus on
So
money line.
-110 for Towson, -120 for St. Joe's in the money line. So this is a pick 'em, but for lacrosse reasons, they only do 1.5 on the spreads.
Mhm.
So over unders at 24. This is a tough one, man.
This is a sit back and enjoy type of game
Yeah.
on a Wednesday.
This is a,
Yeah.
I don't know when it's on a Friday,
Yeah,
Oh, right.
nice.
but
I'm all
Jeez,
over the
Pizz,
place.
so
you're
the
just-
unders definitely come into play if you want to
Yeah.
continue the
Liam-
5-0
Liam-
streak that they have going
Liam
on.
Who do you
Brennan
like in
knowledge.
this one? If you had a pick, if I had a gun to your head, who do you like in this one?
St. Joe's.
Yo, T.
so
It's all right. It's all
awful.
right. No, gun to your head. That's a common. That's a common. That's a
Very
common
good.
phrase that
Thank
people
you.
use in like the gambling.
Appreciate it.
Gun to your head. Who you picking?
I'm
In this
going
game?
Yeah.
St. Joe's.
I'm taking +1.5 on
All right, I
Towson.
like Towson. You want to go on a lunch?
Oh, here
That's
we go.
what you're waiting for?
Here it is.
The gun to your head bet.
Love it.
between
Yeah,
you
we
two.
can
Yeah.
do it.
Cool. Lunch.
A
For
little
the lunch? No,
Okay.
we don't do
Wait,
lunch.
wait, so
Here
hold
we
on,
go.
what was
It's
this?
lunch for everybody.
Yeah, and you wanted St. Joe's?
No, I want St.
the
Joe's.
Towson Tigers.
You got your free coffee.
What the hell do you guys have to do
got
with
your
me
free
and
egg
Pizz's side
sandwich.
bet?
Oh, I
No, that's
wanted
how
to
it's
like go
been.
again. I wanted to go with T. I wanted to be with T against Pizz on something.
Who does
But
Pizz
you
have?
like St. Joe's.
I like
St.
St.
Joe's.
I'll take Towson against Pizz. You want Towson against Pizz?
No, I want
We're
St.
on one?
Joe's. Oh. No. I do not want to be on Pizz's team in anything.
I
Idiot.
don't want to be on Pizz's team.
All right, we'll leave the bet for those guys.
Casually leading the office in picks.
And then
Whatever.
Duke with
Okay.
another monster spread, -10
Too many parents.
against
He is
Jacksonville.
afraid of
Too
this
many
game.
parents.
Over under 27.5. I want to say Duke's under hasn't hit once this year,
I know,
and I'm going to keep
yeah.
riding the over. I'm going to go over 27.
Yeah, I just don't think they cover. I'm with the 27.5
Yeah.
all day long, but 10's too much.
You don't think Duke covers the 10?
No,
I also I think Duke could cover the 10.
I don't know.
I think it'll be real tight on it, but
Love Duke.
I think the
Just-
past
don't-
history of this game is just
Yeah, that's like the
weighing-
only scary thing about
Yeah.
it. But I don't think Jacksonville is near as good as they were the past 2 years.
I agree.
and I think Duke's
Yeah.
clear top 2 team in
Through
the
the
country
moon.
right now.
I don't think there is going to be like a February scare for Duke type thing that they've had in
Yeah.
previous.
That we keep mentioning each week on the pod.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
Scare
come
I don't think it's
true.
happening.
I
this
think
year.
it-
There it is. I'm mentioning it. It's not happening.
It's like a build-up factor of fear now. It's like each
Yeah.
week
Is it
you're
gonna
like
happen?
building into
Guys,
like
I'm a
oh,
Mets, Jets, and Knicks fan. I just
Yeah, you're wired.
anticipate
Yeah.
bad things to
That's
happen.
tough. That's tough.
oh man. But so the Saturday spreads aren't out yet, but we'll still jump into some games.
For sure.
Yeah,
First
I
one.
think.
I mean,
Oh,
we
yeah.
already touched on that. NJIT Manhattan. NJIT's home on Saturday. That should be. I mean, that's 3 games pretty quick for Tech.
That's like this
Yeah.
is the scary
I
thing.
think that's
right?
going to be actually like a fun game.
I
to
think
watch.
that'll be an extremely low scoring affair.
Yeah. I had 9-8 in my head.
Like 8-6, like something
Yeah, I
low,
had 9-8 in my
slow.
head.
On a run of like
Tired
those
team.
3 games like that, Manhattan is probably your best opponent you could have though. Like for you
Yeah.
as a team to be playing, it's probably the
Yeah,
best team to
Manhattan
go
started
against.
hot last year because they had that 6-5 win over Princeton.
Yeah, they did.
And this year they're sort of, not being talked about much with the, a big beating
Getting pumped.
against
They lost their,
Syracuse,
Getting-
and
they
then
lost their head coach too, right in
yeah,
the beginning of the year.
and
That
then
was tough.
Vermont lost to Vermont. So
Yeah.
I'm taking Tech.
Yeah,
So
oh,
am
yeah,
I.
roll
I
Tech.
Rock-
once
roll
again,
Tech.
keep rolling with Tech.
What else we
Got
got?
the cadets up next. Versus the Bonnies.
I mean,
Light work. Good dads.
Yeah,
Good dads.
I'll take Mike joining us here and just
Yeah.
playing some crazy stuff in the background. But I'm gonna go with the Bonnies here. Bonnies fought hard with Binghamton.
yeah, they did. I mean,
I'll put a bagel on the cadets.
now we got a bagel bet.
All right, I'll do a bagel bet.
Just saying.
All right, wait, we gotta document these. We're going
Bagel
crazy
bet.
here with this. So we have bagels,
It's a lot of bread. That's a lot of bread.
Lunch.
bagels VMI for T,
You want to go caffeinated bev
and
instead
then
Caffeinated bev.
of caffeinated bev instead
And a bagel.
of bagel? You just said it's a lot
Already
of
I
bread.
would do a
bagel.
combo, breakfast combo.
All right, breakfast combo. Hash browns or no
Snack
hash
wrap.
browns?
You could definitely get head. Whatever the winner's choice is. I might make you go to Mickey D's. Give me a little
I mean,
McGriddle.
dude, we did IHOP at the office together the other day.
That was
and
a
it
lot
was
of IHOP.
insane.
It was a
so
great
it
move.
depends on what kind of
IHOP is good.
breakfast we're
That
going.
was a great move. Army's
good.
playing Mercer.
Yeah, domination.
Yeah.
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 You guys all like Mercer in that?
No, sir.
Lafayette, Binghamton.
I think this will be an awesome game. Binghamton, Lafayette.
Me too. And honestly, I
Should
kind
be
of
a tight
like
one.
Lafayette coming out of the deep Patriot League. See what we could get done there.
Yeah, I mean, lost to Delaware, which was a pretty much a domination.
So Lafayette
game.
has a
Delaware was up the entire
game
game.
Lafayette's
today.
playing right now.
They
Or
beat up
today.
Hampton. They're playing today.
They're not playing right
Well,
now.
yesterday because this is coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
They might be
We don't want to
almost.
confuse T too
Yeah.
much though.
Yeah.
Because that stuff will really get them going. Brown Providence can be an awesome one. I think
Battle
we're going to learn a
Rhode
lot about
Island.
Brown today.
Little crosstown
Tomorrow,
rivalry.
yesterday.
I love like the in-state
Everybody's
games
sleeping in their
we're
own
getting
bed. Everybody's eating their own food. Crosstown rivalry. Both sides ready to go.
Who you taking?
I'm going with my boy. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. Yeah, I do a meal.
What the hell, man?
Providence.
here. Okay,
Providence.
Providence it is.
If,
That's
also,
a bagel bet on
let
yourself.
it be known if anybody has a Smithtown West player on the roster, he will go with them.
Yeah.
I also coached Forest on Brown, so I could go either way.
Colin Gold's
true.
on Providence.
Yeah, Golsey.
Golsey.
Shout out Gold's.
Shout out Golsey.
Love
All
that
right.
kid.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Providence in that too. even though Providence just got smacked around by Harvard.
Yeah, what is it?
Bounce
What
back.
do you call it?
They
Get
don't
right?
want to drop
Get
it
right.
to 2.
Yeah, it's a
Get
get
right.
right.
It's
It's a get right game.
It's a get right game.
It's a get right game. Okay.
Next game we got BU playing Quinnipiac.
That was good.
That's the Brian Bulldogs.
Yep.
The new
That's fine.
BU.
That's fine.
I'm
Bull
taking-
dogs.
Taking
I think
Brian
that's
Pyle on that.
Yeah.
We could skip that one.
Well,
Colgate
alright.
Villanova.
Yeah, that was the
I
one I was
like
on.
the gate.
Yeah, me too.
I think
I like
Colgate
the
keeps
game.
going. Shout out Coach Lattimore, man.
Colgate keeps riding.
Change the culture there.
This would be a real good game. U-Albany Drexel.
I'm gonna go.
Um,
I'm
think
going
Coach-
Danes. I'm going
Yeah,
Danes.
I think Coach Scotty
You're
Moore gets
hoping-
it done with the
We're
boys.
hoping week 2 changes.
Yeah, get right.
Get right. Every game, get
Everybody's
right game.
getting
It's
right
lost
here.
with
All
Brian.
right, that's a theme. Okay, UNC Hopkins. What do we think this line is? Hopkins
Uh,
minus.
I'm gonna say
You said
Hopkins is
Liam-
minus 2.5.
2.5.
I was gonna
You
say
think so?
3.
I was going 1.5 because you said there's no pick 'em, right?
I mean, it technically is like because you could bet the money line on a pick'em, which is like between like minus 110
All
and
right,
minus
you don't have to go to
130.
math now. I like Hopkins,
Yeah,
regardless of the
to cover
spread.
2.5.
Yeah,
That'll be
that's
the
what you're
spread.
setting it
That'll
at.
be the spread.
Oh, you talked to DraftKings this
Yeah.
morning? Okay.
VIP hit him early.
Yeah, they capped him and then they said, "Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
let you know early."
So what
Hopkins,
will you
minus
take
2.5.
Hopkins up until? I said minus 2.5. 3.5. I'm going UNC.
Yeah, that's yeah.
3.5. That's a big difference.
I don't think there's no way it will be though. I think 2.5 is the max.
Hopkins absolutely screwed me week 1, so they're in
4.5 would make me stay off.
4.5.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, I think that's way too big.
I
of a
think
spread.
UNC's
I don't
gonna.
think
I
it
think
gets there.
I like UNC in
I
this
just
game.
said it would make
Yeah.
me stay off.
I
You
do.
said what's my limit? I let him know my limit.
Oh,
Why don't you pay attention to the initial question before you jump down my throat?
McGovern's another one of those dudes that could just have like 15 shots in that game.
Yeah,
Look,
he's
I love when
quick
our
and
arguments
shifty. That
just get
kid.
negated
Oh.
and just goes to the next thing.
Why are you guys all whispering? Can't
Who's
hear you.
whispering?
You are.
I'm not
Can't hear you.
whispering. I can't
Oh,
hear
boy.
anything.
that ear is still closed.
All right. How about Penn State Navy?
Navy's just got to
Penn
come out and play better.
State. I don't think,
than what they did
I don't
this
think Navy
past
gets their
weekend.
get right game here. I think Penn
No,
State.
but like
No.
just
Yeah.
play better,
Pumps 'em,
compete,
honestly.
like make it a game.
The get wrong game for
Yeah,
Navy.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking Penn State. I think Penn State's like going to hit their stride right now.
Penn,
yeah,
what do we think
yeah.
that line is? Penn State minus 7.
Minus 6.5, minus 7. I like it.
Yeah.
Right in that range. I feel like the higher, for the most part, like the higher that you go in the spreads, they do give you that half-point option for the most part.
Right, where it's
So it's not that even. They don't want to give you a chance
Rutgers
to push.
Loyola. That should be a good one.
Yeah, Rutgers Loyola. We're
Loyola's
jumping
at
down a
home.
little
Already
bit.
jumped way.
Yeah, dude, what? You just
Uh,
hopped like half the slate.
We'll skip that. Skip that. Holy Cross Dartmouth.
Trees.
Probably in the
trees.
probably in the pick'em round.
I love the
I'll be
trees.
definitely be on Holy Cross.
I
Yeah,
love
here.
the
Cross
trees.
this year. Such
Yeah,
a switch up
trees.
from
Yeah,
last year. It's crazy.
crazy.
All right, let's.
man.
All right, do you want to do like another bet here?
No, stop,
I'll be on the trees.
dude. You just told me you weren't a gambler.
Go trees.
Well, I'm a gambler when I lost my last week bet.
That's true. On a minus 700
Yeah.
bet.
We got to input the video of him bringing in the egg
God.
sandwiches this morning.
Yeah, those were good egg sandwiches.
We took a video of that.
I took a video of you dishing them out.
Loser.
No, you, sir,
All right.
are the loser.
Let's jump into Loyola Rutgers though, because both these teams are sort of down right now.
Yeah,
I know
into
you just
week 3.
scrolled over it. I just, unless you want my opinion, I think LIU's going to win this weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
We can
Against
keep on
Leonardville?
going.
All right,
Loyola.
Loyola.
Yeah,
What do we think the line is?
2.
Guess that line. Loyola minus 2.
4.5.
Loyola
Loyola
minus
minus
2.
4.5.
You said 1.5?
4.5.
What do we got?
All right.
Sportsbook, Liam.
I'd probably
High.
put Rutgers as a favorite in this game.
Big 10 over, yeah.
Yeah,
Patriot League.
maybe minus 1.5, minus 2.5. It's gonna be a close spread for sure.
No.
If Loyola is
Yeah.
a home
If
dog,
Loyola's a home
Loyola's
dog.
home.
you got to smoke
Yeah.
Loyola.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
all over that. And if it comes out with what Pistol Pizz is saying here at
4.5, yeah.
4.5, all day long.
It's still Pizz.
I'll take 4.5.
Yeah,
he gave me
4.5. I think
He
that's
gave me
a little
St. John's with
outrageous.
4.5 the other night.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a good line though? What was that?
It was. They
Uh,
won
no.
by.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
yeah,
was.
4.5. They won by 4.
Yeah, so,
So they
that was,
covered. It was
yeah.
a beautiful cover.
I was on it.
Yeah, you were on that
Relax.
one.
All right, a little battle of Massachusetts here. Merrimack versus UMass.
That's a
I
tough
Is
like
this the get right
you-
game for Merrimack?
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I think
I don't-
UMass takes their first loss in this one. I think Merrimack
Really?
had a very poor start, obviously, to the LIU game, going down 7 goals in the first quarter.
Yeah, and like fast. It wasn't
Yeah.
like it was spread out throughout that first quarter. It was.
So they got
one
punched.
after
They got
another.
punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Mouth punched.
And like that, I just don't get how you lose to Army by 1 and then beat UMass Lowell by 3.
Yeah, that's
UMass needs to find an
I think
identity
it's-
here.
I think that's
and
a
find it
typical.
fast.
I think that's typical. UMass just came out.
Can we swing
Thought
to
they were
that
gonna
live
beat the
stream real
piss
quick
out
just
of,
to keep the score?
No.
Okay. Good talk.
I think that's where UMass came out and just thought they were
It's
going to beat the
5-1
piss out of.
5-1 UPenn.
Well,
Thank you.
they
What
did
do we
not.
got here?
Air
Cute,
Force Stony Brook?
sick game. Not that one. Cornell Denver.
Yeah,
That's a pretty sweet game.
Denver's
Go
home
Big
for this
Red.
one.
Cornell
Look at
takes
that.
a trip.
Denver gets a home game. All right,
They don't sleep in their own beds.
on the mountain
No.
turf.
They get their own bed shipped out there. I believe.
Yeah, T does. He
Yeah, they take a
brings his own
PJ.
bed on away trips.
Yeah, he
I do.
does. He
Dude,
does.
it's
He does.
awesome.
It is a nice blowout mattress.
It's the-
With all due respect,
It's got a
it is.
headboard.
It's got a headboard. I got my own sheets. I don't have to have
What is it?
no-
How small does it fold into?
Into it like
it's
a
pretty-
like half
yeah.
half the size of a duffel bag.
Yeah.
Really?
It's pretty nice
Yeah,
just to
yeah,
have.
yeah.
Come with the pump.
It
Or
built
you, or do you
in,
have to
dog.
blow it?
It's a
Built it?
switch.
Nah, I don't have that lung capacity, bro. What? Are you kidding me?
Oh man.
Nah, it's great though.
Denver Cornell. Okay, what's the line? Denver minus 1.5.
Yeah, I think that's fair. This
Yeah.
would be a close one. This is a game that I'm also blindly betting you over. Cornell's this year is Utah.
I mean, it won't be blind when the lines come out. You'll be able to see them before placing.
I
the
can't
bet.
see him, so I'm blindly betting the over
right now to the
right
public.
now,
You're
to the
blindly
public.
betting to the
Yeah,
public.
up into 27.5.
Our last blind bet didn't go too hot though.
High Point went over.
That wasn't our last one. Wasn't it Virginia? What was our last?
Virginia went
Yeah.
over.
No, it didn't.
Oh, this game?
No.
Oh,
Ooh.
Last week didn't go over.
Yeah, Virginia.
That's tough.
that
Richmond
definitely
covered
did
that.
I like Cornell in the game, honestly.
yeah.
I like Denver.
That's
We're
a good. That's
proud
gonna
of
be like a 5-8 matchup somewhere in that range. 2 top 10 teams.
Yeah.
So
I think Denver. I don't know. Now I'm all about Denver.
yeah,
You're
Got him.
give Stills
I mean
drop the ball in the fourth.
that initial
Yeah.
that first win over Hopkins, I think like that
Set the tone for the rest of the year for you.
I mean, for at least like this next string of games they had, they'll rip off, and then this next one, Maryland, Princeton.
Maryland, Princeton's gonna be a good one. Maryland just seems like a team that could be like okay on offense, but still find ways to score at will and still find ways
Maryland's
to win
that team
no matter what.
that's just always going to be there.
Yeah.
too. Like they just are always, like they're never going to get like blown out. It's
I mean, yeah, you got Weirman at face off, and you have Ajax down low, and
Yeah,
you have,
like, I mean,
possibly
Tillman,
first team
championship
All American in
culture.
goal.
sure,
Like,
yeah, they're
They're
always going to
stacked up, man.
be there.
Yeah, man.
But their schedule
What was
is
that
also
line? So
stacked up.
that's probably Maryland. I'm going to say 2.5.
Erska's off to a good start for them.
It's good, yeah.
11 points in 3 games, but
What'd you say,
still, like
2.5?
11 points in 3 games isn't nuts. Like for
I think
like,
2.5
like a
is
top
fair.
5 team.
No.
That's what you said, Homer?
What?
2.5?
That's what I think. Maryland
Yeah.
minus 2.5.
I think that's fair.
It's my guess.
What are you taking in it?
I would probably honestly I would take Princeton plus 2.5 if that's
I don't know.
Yeah.
Set your own line, then take the plus money.
I think I would, yeah.
I like it.
It would be yeah.
This is my line, and I will be taking
Yeah.
the dog.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. If you're giving me 2.5, I'll take Princeton.
That's what I'm thinking. Although I mean, what's
Nah,
what's
I like
Princeton?
Maryland.
What's Princeton
I like
ranked?
Maryland.
What's Princeton
I like
ranked right
Maryland a
now?
lot.
They got to be at least top.
What do we got in the
I
USILA,
think they're
Mike?
like 9.
Is Princeton ranked in there? I mean, I don't think they're 9. I think they're in like they got to be like the 11 to 16 range, somewhere in there.
Nah.
11.
Ah, all right,
Nailed
all
that
right,
one.
all right.
So
The
it was-
Maryland's like okay, so
Princeton you said Princeton's at 11.
And Maryland's at 4.
that probably is gonna be like a 1.5, I think.
I still like Maryland all day.
I like it.
Sucks.
Utah all day.
Both two teams that have been, forces in the past couple of years off this year. Utah, Vermont.
I like Utah.
Long
I
trip
like
from
Utah.
Vermont.
Yep.
Again.
Long
Go ahead,
trip.
say it.
They're not in their own beds. They don't have their own air
Oh, God.
mattress.
If,
It's
somebody
tough.
was like drinking anytime T said like, that's like a drinking game.
Tough night.
Oof.
Tough night for sure.
But
Penn Delaware, that's
I
a
do
cool
like
game.
Utah just no matter what. Beds or not beds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down with the Utes.
No matter where they're sleeping.
Yeah.
All right.
Hofstra Maris, Battle of New York.
Yeah, I'm taking Marist in that one big.
Yeah, big time.
Let
Yeah.
him ride.
Delaware, UPenn, taking Delaware in
I hate
that.
how we can't get New York lines.
Yeah,
Really
that's
sucks.
It's tough.
That just sucks.
Not gonna lie, I was at my girlfriend's brother's last weekend in
Mhm.
Jersey, and they all opened up.
Oh,
so
nice. Yeah.
I
you had
sprinkled
them.
a little bit on some New York teams.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who's the best New York team?
Mm,
I mean, Army, but not
Yeah.
counting Army.
Not
Oh, Q's.
Yeah, come on.
Q's
Well, they
Army?
play Army Cuse. They play
Yes.
2 not
Do they play every year in the Dome?
They
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always a sick game too.
That'd be a real good one this year,
Yeah.
too. Hell
I
yeah.
love Army, dude. Army's so
Should we
good.
road trip it up to the Dome? It's a long trip.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Yeah,
I'll watch right
It's a
here on
long
ESPN.
yeah.
Pop it up right here.
We'll do an episode.
All right. Last one on Saturday that's interest to me. Marquette going to Michigan. I think we have a lot to learn about
Did
Michigan.
Marquette beat Michigan? Oh, that was 2 years ago. Marquette beat Michigan, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it was last year.
Yeah, I mean, as far
I
as
know they beat Penn
as
State
far as
last
a
year.
wagering standpoint, I
Oh
don't,
no, they
Marquette
beat
beat
Michigan,
Michigan
last
last
year.
year.
Yeah, they did.
I don't
Okay.
think I'll be on this at all.
That was the turning point for Michigan.
Right, they ripped
Yeah.
off. Yeah, I remember we crushed Michigan after that. Crushed them.
Another night game though, which is nice. 7 p.m.
I think that's going to
That's
be
cool. Yeah, spreading out a little bit.
We know what we do in these types of games. We blind bet the over. Like Michigan.
That's another
Michigan,
drinking
Marquette.
one.
Yeah.
There's some
Anytime we
teams.
say blind bet the over,
Some
or just
teams
say
you know
over.
that like they're just gonna. It's gonna be a firepower game. Like this is not an 8-6 game.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
This
It's
is
not.
like a
18-16.
17-13 like absolute barn burner.
Yeah.
One of those games you put on the TV.
I think Michigan comes out hot there.
All right,
Beats
so
up on,
Sunday
get a little
games. Lemoyne traveling to Sacred Heart. I'm
Dolphins
taking
keep
the
rolling.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like the Fins
Yeah.
here too, for sure.
Are they NCAA eligible?
Nope.
No,
How
not-
long? They have a
not-
4-year gap or 2?
I think it's
It's
two.
two.
Okay.
And I think they're like trying
Can we
to.
get a fact check on
No,
that?
I thought they were able to be a part of it next year.
I
'cause
think
they're
they
in
are.
the NEC next year.
Yeah, I think they are, or they might be
they're
able to compete
eligible.
in conference play next year, but they're not
Oh,
allowed
maybe
to.
they can't get a
make,
bid?
Yeah, make the
Okay,
NCAA.
Gotcha.
it is.
That might be
Fact
what
check
it
on
is.
that.
So even if they win the NEC next year, they wouldn't be able to.
Because that might
go.
be like, I think like Merrimack basketball had that last
Yeah.
year where they won their conference, but then they couldn't even get a
Yeah,
March Madness bid.
that was great. The team that was playing them was in the championship game. Win or lose, they make the tournament.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, didn't
come
that
on.
happen too? To what was that NCAA team? The like number 15 team?
Florida Gulf Coast?
No, it was like
FAU?
no. I want to say it was like something Austin, Texas, or something like that.
Stephen F. Austin? It has to
It
be.
happened
There's
recently
not-
where
there's not
no,
really another
it
option.
happened recently where like they lost their conference tournament game, but
The team, are you
since-
talking about the team that beat Virginia last year in the first round?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. But whatever.
This ain't
All
a
right, then don't-
basketball
It was
podcast.
no, it was,
Yeah.
it was yeah, and they lost their conference game, and then they made a run in the NCAA tournament. They shouldn't even have been there because they lost their conference game.
I think that was FAU.
Probably.
We'll go with them.
Sure. Sounds right.
All right, 2 games that I think are going to be blowouts, but
Yeah.
Ohio State, Virginia.
What do you got on the line there?
I mean, I would take Virginia up until like 8.5 goals, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I
What do
think
you
that
think it's going to come out at?
4.5, 5.5, somewhere in
Ohio
that range.
State's like a tough program though. Like
Yeah.
they're not. I don't know.
They're away.
I know.
Ohio State
I know.
hates being away.
I feel like there's a big gap between them and the big dogs. Like,
I think you're right in that regard. Yes.
I could be completely wrong on Ohio State this year. Like, it could happen, but I could see them losing. Like,
So
I wouldn't be
you-
surprised
you
if
would
they
take
only
it
won
up
one
until
more
8.
game.
Well, you're
take
definitely.
it up
They're
with
not
8.
going
What do you think
defeated
the
in the Big
over-under is
Ten.
gonna
That's
be?
just not happening. There's no way.
That's
27 and a
my-
half.
I was going to say 28.
Yeah, somewhere in
No,
that range.
I think this will be a little lower than usual because Ohio State does not play like a fast-paced game.
No, they don't. Grind it out.
So you'll probably see a tricky line of like 25.5.
Oh, that's going to Vegas, I'll tell you now, you're going to get me on that one.
Notre Dame, Georgetown.
And
I'll
Notre
take the
Dame,
over on this
Georgetown.
one.
Yeah, could.
Notre Dame putting up like an 18 spot.
Yeah, I could see Notre Dame averaging like 20 goals a game this year,
Yeah, they're,
Which is
yeah.
crazy to even say.
and they're a defensive school.
And we're saying their attack line is third best in the ACC.
Yes,
Crazy.
It's nuts.
I give them the nod at midfield though.
It's just nuts to think about, dude. It really is. It's just crazy. Defending champs, and yet, like, wild,
Yeah.
wild. What's the score of that game? You Albany Penn. What's the score?
You Albany Penn.
I got
pull
you.
that on up.
6-2.
Okay.
All right.
How the
Got
goals
the
playing?
Great Danes going.
Ooh, big goalie
Yeah.
disparity here. Shots on goal are even right now. So, all right, well, that's it for us, guys. Make sure you guys, subscribe, like, comment, whatever you guys want to do. If you want to DM
That's
Pizz
it.
on Instagram and
That's
ask some
it.
questions,
That's it.
let us know. But we appreciate the follow and have a
we'll
great day.
We'll look to get some Q&As going.
Hell
next
yeah.
couple weeks.
All right,
Till next week.
good luck.
Later, guys. Good luck.
Peace.